The Miscalculations of Lightning Girl, Chapter 6. I've watched enough TV to know that cafeterias are rooms of torture and humiliation in both schools and prisons. But East Hamlin Middle is different from what I'd imagined. We don't walk to lunch on our own. We go to fourth period, which for me is science. Then Ms. Bryson marches us to the cafeteria in a quiet single file line. There's no picking seats around the room. The entire class is forced to sit together at a giant table like we're a big happy family. Take an empty seat, Mrs. Bryson says. You have 25 minutes. That's it. The stools are attached to the tables. We can't move our seats closer to the table or farther from our classmates. Be right back. Save me a seat, Wendy says. She joins the end of the food line. I'll take an empty stool 1 seat away from Levi. I sit, I stand. Sit, stand. Sit. He groans. Is this seat taken? I ask. I really don't want to start over. Looks like you took it 3 times already. The table reeks of cleaning stuff. I still don't trust it. I take out my 5th wipe of the day. Hey, cleaning lady, a girl further down the table calls out. Will you wipe my spot too? I offer her an extra individually wrapped Clorox wipe. This makes her and the girls on each side of her fall over laughing. You're such a freak. She rolls her eyes. I use my wipe. The dirt and germs bother me more than the nasty comments. You're really good at that, the girl says. Do you do toilets too? I try to avoid public restrooms, except in emergencies. But if I do need to go, I disinfect the toilet seat. Then I put down a layer of toilet paper for protection. I also clean the faucet handles and the paper towel dispenser. And then I wash my hands for a minimum of 2 minutes in the hottest water available. In my opinion, it's never hot enough. But I don't explain any of this to the girl. I'm pretty sure she doesn't want me to answer her question. Levi grabs the used wipe out of my hand. He holds it up to show the girl and her friends. How do you like this, Maddie? She wrinkles her lips and scrunches her nose. This place is so disgusting. She stands up. Let's move. Sit down, Miss Bryson barks from the staff table next to ours. Lunch isn't over. We need to move. Maddie says we, but she's the only one who stood up. Sit down. Maddie slowly sinks back into her seat. Her eyes narrow at me. Suddenly, she stands back up like something pinched her butt. The entire class turns her direction. It's quiet for the first time. Maddie slowly sits again. I know what's coming. Please don't. She stands again, sits, stands. Everyone laughs. Enough, Miss Bryson yells. Her mouth is full of salad, and her voice doesn't have the force she probably intended. Sorry, I'm done, Maddie says sweetly. I use hand sanitizer, approximately 3 times the recommended amount, and then focus on my lunch. Nana packed me a ham sandwich on white bread, a bag of plain potato chips, a peanut butter granola bar, and a fruit punch juice box. I wonder what would be the easiest to choke on. That was a good impression, Maddie, a boy at the end of the table says over the laughing. Y'all even look alike. Who? Maddie shrieks. You and the cleaning lady. Ugh, no way. Maddie says it like it's being compared to a llama. I don't like it either, but I'm not making gagging noises. We both have long brown hair pulled into a braid, but mine falls halfway down my back, the style similar to what I wore in elementary school. Maddie's is a trendy side braid pulled over her right shoulder. We have white skin and brown eyes. At least I think her eyes are brown. I haven't looked at her long enough to know for certain. And thanks to the school's SMOD policy, we're dressed like twins in white polo shirts and navy blue shorts, like the number 7. I play with my lightning bolt necklace and make a wish. Make me invisible. Make this all go away. But Uncle Paul said the charm was lucky, not magical. Nana has included a note on my napkin. It won't kill you to smile. I'm starting to think Nana never went to middle school. Wendy sits down next to me. What did I miss? Nothing. I don't have the energy to tell her. I'm starving, but I'm not sure any of this is actually food. Her tray has yellowy chicken strips, the color of the number 102, an apple, mashed potatoes, and chocolate milk. Wendy takes a bite of chicken, chews twice, and then starts talking. So, Lucy, she says, tell us your story. There's nothing to tell. Nothing interesting anyway. I take a drink from my juice box. You're new. New is always interesting. Not this time. Fine, I get it, Wendy says. You're shy. Why don't I tell you something about everyone else? Then you'll feel more comfortable. You don't have to. I looked at the clock. We still have 17 minutes left of this torture called lunch. Don't worry. I'll tell you something good and not so good. That's the only right way to do it. The right way is not to talk about people at all, Levi says, staring at his carrot sticks. Oh, look, Wendy says, a volunteer. That's Levi Boyd. He has 2 moms. Hey, great. I've met his moms. I volunteered with them at a soup kitchen last Thanksgiving. They're awesome people. Wendy taps her heart. Now his flaws. Do I really need to pick just one? Stop talking. Levi pulls the hood of his East Hamlin sweatshirt over his head, covering his curly black hair. Levi thinks he's part of the paparazzi. He's always taking pictures and not on his phone. It's weird. She pauses like she's waiting for Levi to fire back, but he ignores her. No one else seems to be paying any attention to Wendy, and me, either. Maybe the necklace is magical. Moving on. That's Lincoln Chandler, Wendy continues. Her voice is softer. He's an awesome soccer player, and he even has a severe Brazil nut allergy. Do you have any Brazil nuts in your lunch? Because they could literally kill him. I shake my head and hold up my granola bar. It's peanut butter. The rest of Wendy's lunch lies untouched as she goes around the table giving me details about everyone. They all start to blend together. Good at baseball, spelling, musical theater, drawing, manja. She doesn't mention anyone being good at math. As for the negatives, she talks a lot about allergies and weird hobbies, like the kid who collects movie ticket stubs, and not just for movies he's gone to. He'll buy or use tickets for $0.25, she says. He hasn't done that since 4th grade, Levi says. Whatever. Where was I? Wendy pauses. There are only 2 people she hasn't summed up yet. Herself and Maddie, the girl who called me the cleaning lady. I guess that leaves me. Let me. Levi jumps in. Wendy Sitton loves a charity case. His brown eyes focus on mine for a second, and it feels like a warning. Lives for it. She smiles. True. I like to think I'm making a difference in the Wendy Sitton likes musicals, though she can't sing. True, too. She's also bossy and nosy and has opinion about everything. He counts the traits on his fingers. True and true and true. I'm a born leader. I speak my mind. It's not like I'm reading people's diaries or breaking into lockers. I'm observant. Your turn, Lucy. She shovels a spoonful of mashed potatoes into her mouth. What about her? I nod toward Maddie. I don't really want to know. I'm stalling. Wendy swallows. That's Maddie Thornton. She does gymnastics and dance, and she's a really good singer. She sang the national anthem at a professional baseball game last year. It was minor league, Levi adds, and she got the words wrong. Wendy continues like Levi didn't say anything. Maddie and I were best friends in 5th grade, and our moms have known each other forever. She's also wicked smart. You mean just plain wicked, Levi mumbles. She's not that bad, Wendy says. Now, it's definitely your turn, Lucy, unless you want me to talk about the teachers, too. Miss Fleming went through a nasty divorce over the summer. Okay, tell us something good first. She says us, but no one else is listening, except maybe Levi. I'm good at math. Okay, she seems disappointed. You already know my, routine. The sitting thing, she asks? Yeah. She missed it in math class, but got to witness it in language arts and twice in science. She laughs. Maybe you really aren't interesting. Told you, I'm mostly ordinary. At least that's what I want everyone to think. Lightning girl, your ordinary, everyday savant cleaning lady.